Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, can I analyze the case of Tiffany Whitton? Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing by this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I will put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. First, I'll look at the background of this case, move to the timeline of the disappearance, then offer my analysis. Tiffany Whitton was born on January 30, 1987, and raised in Kennesaw, Georgia. Not long after she was born, her mother, Lisa Daniels, and her father separated. Tiffany started engaging in deceptive behavior from a very early age. When she was 2 years old, her mother found toys in her toy box that did not belong to her. Tiffany had stolen them from her daycare. She claimed that she had been given the toys by someone there. As Tiffany grew older, her deceptive behavior became more convincing and pronounced. She was described as a pathological liar. Tiffany became pregnant when she was in high school. She dropped out during her sophomore year. Tiffany had a daughter and gave the child up for adoption. She would later have another daughter. Sometime around 2008, Tiffany started recreationally using the prescription narcotic OxyContin. She was apprehended for shoplifting at a Walmart. She had taken flip-flops. Despite her various difficulties, Tiffany had managed to work on occasion. She had various jobs as a bartender and as a waitress. In March 2011, Tiffany was arrested after she and a few conspirators conducted a home invasion. Tiffany told the police that the victim had stolen $60 from her earlier, and she was just trying to get the money back. The police believed that the money was payment for drugs that the victim never delivered. Tiffany was sentenced to prison in 2012 for the home invasion. After she was released, she found work as a waitress at an International House of Pancakes restaurant in Marietta, Georgia. This restaurant is also referred to as IHOP. Tiffany lived with a landscaper who apparently thought they had a future together, introduced her to his parents, and bought her a motor vehicle and a cell phone. The relationship failed after Tiffany cheated on him and started using drugs again. Tiffany moved into another residence with a roommate, but the roommate accused Tiffany of stealing and kicked her out. In the summer of 2013, Tiffany became romantically involved with a man named Ashley Caudle. The couple had real chemistry. For example, they used methamphetamine together. The relationship was characterized by frequent arguing. The police were called a few times. The couple lived in a motel for a while before moving to a trailer park. They were kicked out of the trailer park for arguing loudly. In August 2013, Tiffany was caught stealing money from another waitress at IHOP and was fired. It's not clear from the various sources, but this may have been the same instance of stealing that resulted in Tiffany being kicked out by her roommate. At this point, Tiffany's mother, Lisa, cut her off. By the end of August, Tiffany and Ashley were living in a house in Powder Springs. Ashley had a daughter who also lived at that residence. Now moving to the timeline of the disappearance. On September 12, 2013, Tiffany and Ashley went to the house of an acquaintance and used drugs. After midnight, now on September 13, they borrowed a pickup truck and drove to a Walmart supercenter in Marietta, Georgia, arriving at about 1 a.m. The store was on Route 41, within walking distance of the IHOP where Tiffany had worked. Apparently, Tiffany still stopped by that restaurant every so often. For about an hour, Tiffany and Ashley wandered around the Walmart. Ashley walked behind Tiffany as Tiffany pushed a shopping cart. Tiffany demonstrated unusual behavior when she was in the store. She moved constantly and appeared to be under the effects of substances. She repeatedly grabbed clothing only to put them back on the rack. Tiffany appeared to conceal some clothing, almost certainly with the intent of stealing it. Security guards saw what Tiffany was doing using surveillance cameras. They were watching her as she moved around the store. At around 2 a.m., Tiffany and Ashley made their way to the cash registers. Ashley paid for a portable speaker and some clothing. Tiffany did not pay for anything. She left the shopping cart and tried to walk out of the store with the concealed merchandise. She was confronted by security guards near the doors. One of the guards grabbed the strap of Tiffany's purse. Ashley stopped near the door and watched what was happening, but he did not do anything. At this point, Tiffany let go of her purse, kicked off her flip-flops, and ran out of the door. No one chased her. Tiffany Whitton was never seen again. According to Ashley, after Tiffany ran away, he did not return to the pickup truck in the parking lot. Instead, he went looking for her. He ended up at the IHOP restaurant just a few minutes later. He spoke to Tiffany's former roommate at the restaurant. Ashley showed her Tiffany's cell phone. About an hour and a half later, a man came by the IHOP and picked up Ashley. Ashley, the man who picked him up, and another man drove around the area looking for Tiffany, but were not able to find her. A few hours later, Ashley drove back to Powder Springs. Over the next several days, he contacted some of Tiffany's old boyfriends looking for her. He also called jails and hospitals. 2 weeks after Tiffany's disappearance, Ashley told his probation officer that Tiffany was missing. Ashley did not report Tiffany missing to the police and did not tell Tiffany's family that she was missing. Her family eventually realized that she was missing because Walmart sent a civil demand letter regarding Tiffany's alleged shoplifting. Tiffany's mother reported her missing on January 10, 2014. A few months later, on March 13, the police raided the house where Tiffany had lived. They found drugs and guns. 8 people were arrested. On March 7, 2016, Ashley pleaded guilty to selling methamphetamine. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison. He must serve at least 10 of those years. His sentence was so severe because the judge believed that Ashley was not cooperating with law enforcement regarding Tiffany's disappearance. Ashley has never been charged with any crime in connection with Tiffany's failure to reappear. Now moving to my analysis. Many people believe that Ashley Caudle did something illegal in reference to Tiffany, like murdering her and hiding her body. Ashley denies any wrongdoing. He claims that he never found Tiffany after she ran away. Let's take a look at the evidence both for and against the idea that Ashley was somehow involved in Tiffany's disappearance. Starting with the inculpatory factors. Ashley has been described as a pathological liar and has a history of criminal behavior, including selling drugs. He was known to be in frequent arguments with Tiffany when they were together romantically. Ashley's story about what happened around the time Tiffany went missing has changed. A few examples. Ashley told a reporter that in order to free Tiffany from Walmart security, he pulled a knife on them. He told a friend of his that he pulled a gun on the security guards. According to the video captured at the store, the only thing that Ashley pulled was a fast one. He didn't do anything when the guards apprehended Tiffany. He just watched what was happening. Tiffany broke free from the security guards without any assistance. Ashley told a reporter that he called Tiffany's cell phone after she ran away. Cell phone records from his phone indicate that he did not. In addition, Tiffany's former roommate, who encountered Ashley at the IHOP, said that Ashley showed her Tiffany's cell phone. Prior to making his way to the IHOP, Ashley said that he ran around looking for Tiffany. He claimed that multiple store cameras should have captured him, but none of them did. Tiffany's half-brother received a birthday message on Facebook from Tiffany's account on January 5, 2014. It seems very unlikely that Tiffany sent this message, considering she did not have her phone. This makes it look like Ashley must have sent the message. Ashley cleaned the pickup truck that he was using after the incident with Tiffany. Ashley did not inform Tiffany's family about her disappearance or report her missing to the police. When Ashley was in jail, he had a conversation with a female visitor that was video recorded. Ashley waved around a missing person flyer for Tiffany and said to the visitor, "They think I killed the blank for real." He then laughed. Moving to the exculpatory factors, Ashley may have been a pathological liar, but Tiffany was as well. This behavior goes along with severe substance use. Ashley lies all the time about everything, so it's not surprising he was deceptive about the circumstances surrounding Tiffany's disappearance. It would have been more surprising if he told the truth. Ashley did clean the pickup truck that he was using, but he said it was because there was drug paraphernalia in it. When Tiffany fled from Walmart, she was in a desperate state. She was on probation and, of course, left her phone, purse, and flip-flops behind, it's reasonable to believe that she sought out someone she knew for assistance. Unfortunately, many of the people who Tiffany knew were dangerous. She was high on drugs and did not have a phone. Whoever she went to for help may have recognized that she was in a vulnerable state. Perhaps that individual took advantage of an opportunity to commit offenses, including homicide. The same thing could have happened if Tiffany flagged down a motorist to get a ride. The driver may have realized how she was in a vulnerable position and attacked her. Ashley may not have reported Tiffany missing to the police or informed her family, but he did make numerous efforts to find her, including telling his probation officer. Ashley did not have any motive to kill Tiffany. His objective was getting substances. Murdering Tiffany would not have improved his chances of completing that goal. There was only a small window of time when Ashley could have done anything to Tiffany, assuming that he found her. Once he arrived at the IHOP restaurant, he was not alone again for several hours. Ashley was probably not organized enough to kill Tiffany and hide her body that quickly. Tiffany's half-brother, the one who received the Facebook message supposedly from Tiffany, said that Tiffany called him 5 days after his birthday. So in addition to the Facebook message, he claims that he heard her voice on a call. The call came through some type of messaging app, so the identity of the caller could not be confirmed. When considering all the evidence in this case, do I think that Ashley was involved in Tiffany's disappearance? I don't think that he was. He clearly has a problem telling the truth, but it does not appear as though he had enough time to kill Tiffany and hide her body. I don't think he was sophisticated enough to have been able to commit this crime. I would guess that Tiffany ran into a bad actor at some point shortly after fleeing Walmart. The bad actor recognized her vulnerability and took advantage of the situation. Now moving to my final thoughts. The theme of this case is how people who use substances are looked down upon by the authorities. Tiffany's case was largely ignored because she was a substance user. To the extent that any investigation was conducted, Ashley was on the radar because of his substance use. It appears as though neither one of them could escape the devastating stigma of substance use. There's no question that the substance use behavior of both Tiffany and Ashley put them in a bad situation. They were trapped in a world where they would never get the benefit of the doubt. The case of Tiffany Whitton can be summarized in this way. A straying substance user's life was spiraling out of control. She swiped stuff while serving her sentence, slipped from security, and skipped away into the silence of shadow stars and seclusion. Speculation on her sequel remains, yet suspicions fell on her significant other, who spouted spurious statements. Sadly, the sanction on her drug addiction may have resulted in the victim's sorrowful cessation. Those are my thoughts in the case of Tiffany Whitton. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comment section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis of this topic to be informative. Thanks for watching.